Right. Next function, input-output management. This again is almost self-explanatory, and we've seen this also in the previous slides. The OS is responsible for coordinating the transfer of data between input-output devices and memory. And the other point is direct memory access. So what happens here is, if you look at this image, generally when an input-output device wants to access the memory, the process takes place through the CPU. So if there is an input device which has some input it just received, that input will be sent to the CPU will direct it to the memory. Or if an output device wants some data from the memory, it will ask the CPU will fetch it from the memory and give it back. So this interaction between IO device and memory happens by means of the CPU. But sometimes, to save time, that middle element has to be removed. The input-output device wants to talk directly to the memory. So your data will go directly from your input device to the RAM, or directly from RAM to your output device. So when that happens, that is called DMA, or direct memory access. And that process is overseen by your operating system. So when your input-output device wants to directly talk to the memory, instead of going through the CPU, it sends a specific request, something called a DMA request. The operating system will tell the CPU that this communication is going to happen directly. It will hold the CPU from using that memory location for some other purpose. It will facilitate communication directly between the memory and the input or output device. Once that communication is over, the OS will tell the CPU that it is completed and you are now free to proceed with whatever you are doing. So that is another important function of the OS in the context of input and output devices.